Approaching the November presidential rematch between President Biden, a Democrat, and his predecessor Trump, a Republican, the two candidates were already drawing distinctions over their economic records, and there were surely fundamental differences between them.
Biden has no idea what the hell he's doing.
We all know Donald Trump sees a different America.
Most Americans were not excited about an expected rematch between the two. Biden's performance in the first presidential debate led many Democrats to call for him to be replaced as the party's official candidate. One of the most popular suggestions for a replacement has been Kamala Harris. Due to this reason, President Joe Biden announced that he would not seek re-election in November against former President Donald Trump. He shared his full support and endorsement for his running mate, Vice President Kamala Harris, as the Democratic candidate.
Donald Trump has an extreme and divisive agenda for a second term.
As Harris supported Biden to stay in the race, some Democrats believed she could be a stronger candidate. Democrats and Republicans would have to do battle in November to determine who occupies the White House for the next 4 years. This contest would be unique in modern history. Voters have genuine questions about both candidates. In this video, we are going to assess the policies of both former presidents. One notable difference between the two administrations is their approach to governance. Biden's method appears to mitigate some of his weaknesses, while Trump's managerial style seems to amplify his chance to win. Here is a look at what they stand for and how their policy proposals compare on key issues.
Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal.
I know you like me, and this room is a love fest, I know that. But you have no choice but to vote for me.
On number first, economic growth. When it comes to presidential elections, 40% of Americans say the economy is the most important issue in determining who they vote for. Immigration 17% and abortion 8% were the second and third most common responses. Biden administration led by Kamala Harris means investing in infrastructure and manufacturing, clean energy, and expanding job opportunities. The economic data shows strong growth and jobs creation under his leadership, but voters feel the pain of high inflation, especially fuel and food prices. Mr. Trump has blamed his successor's big spending for inflation and vowed a return to an agenda of lower taxes and less regulations. On number second, immigration.
You had no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now.
President Biden promises of a more human approach on immigration. He revokes several Trump-era border policies, lifts the refugee admissions cap and expand humanitarian parole, but a massive surge in illegal immigration and the ensuing public backlash has prompted the Democrats to shift in favor of more restrictive measures. Trump, on the other hand, is promising, if re-elected, to revive first-term policies that will seal the border and to carry out the largest deportation operation in US history. On number third, abortion.
States are passing bans, criminalizing doctors, forcing rape and incest victims to leave their state to get care.
Biden has painted his opponent as the architect of an assault on reproductive freedom, with several states moving to restrict abortion access. He is promising to restore the rights afforded by Roe as the law of land if Democrats win back Congress. Mr. Trump calls himself proudly the person responsible for ending Roe. On number fourth is the Ukraine aid.
As far as Russia and Ukraine, if we had a real president, the president that knew that...
First, Iran attacked American troops, caused brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it.
President Biden has repeatedly urged Congress to continue funding Ukraine, warning that a win for Russia's Putin will endanger Europe and embolden another major US adversary, China. Mr. Trump warned in February he would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell they want to NATO countries if their allies did not meet their financial obligations to the bloc, though he has since softened his stance. On number 5th, Israel-Gaza War.
Just going back to Ukraine for 1 second. We have an ocean separating us. The European nations together have...
Biden remains rock solid in his support for Israel, providing billions of dollars worth in weapons and urging more aid to the US ally, but has ramped up public criticism of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about his handling of the war in Gaza. Trump's policy on the Israel-Gaza conflict was characterized by strong support for Israel. During his administration, Trump made several significant moves, including recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moving the US embassy there, which was a controversial decision widely seen as favoring Israel. However, nowadays, Trump says the country must finish what they started against Hamas militants in Gaza, get it over with fast because it is losing the PR war. On number 6, Texas.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a 4-year period, number one. Number two, that $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy.
Biden's tax policy focuses on increasing taxes for corporations and high-income individuals to fund social programs and infrastructure projects. His tax policy aims to reduce income inequality and generate revenue for public investments in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Trump's tax policy was characterized by significant tax cuts aimed at stimulating economic growth. Trump's tax policy is aimed to boost investment and economic growth by reducing tax burden on business and individuals, though it faced criticism for disproportionately benefiting wealthy individuals and corporations. On number 7, healthcare, drug prices, and health insurance.
Already done something that nobody thought was possible. Through the legislation,
What we're going to do is pass Obamacare with a public option. It'll become Biden care. The public option is an option that says that if you, in fact, do not have the wherewithal if you qualify for Medicaid and you do.
President Biden and Democrats have taken action to lower prescription drugs costs for older people. As the Obamacare health insurance program continues to grow in popularity, he has fought to protect and expand coverage and lower costs, moves that have pushed enrollment to all-time high. Mr. Trump has often vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act with something better but failed to detail an alternative. He and his Republican Party